Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're tackling the future tense in Hindi, specifically how to say I will do something. And you know what? It's surprisingly simple. By the end of this short explainer, you'll be all set to talk about your own future plans. So let's get right into it.
You know, the best way to get the hang of something new is to build on what you already know, right? So to really understand the future tense, it helps to do a super quick refresh on how the present tense works. The logic is so similar that everything else is just going to click into place.
Okay, so you remember this, right? In the simple present tense, when we say I go, the verb ending changes based on who's talking. A masculine speaker says jata hoon, but a feminine speaker says jati hoon. That tiny change for gender, that is the key idea we're going to build on today.
Right, so if that's the present, the big question is, what's the trick for talking about what we will do? How do we make that leap from I go to I will go?
Well, here's the good news. It's just one simple change. Seriously, just like the present tense, it all comes down to adding a special little suffix to the root of the verb. It's a beautifully clean and simple rule.
So here's the rule, plain and simple. To say I will, you just find the verb's core, its root, and then you just pop a specific ending onto it. And yup, you guessed it, that ending is going to change based on whether the speaker is masculine or feminine.
And here are our suffixes. On the left, we've got Rahu. As a masculine speaker, he's going to use the suffix unga, which sounds like unga. And on the right, we have Sarah. As a feminine speaker, she'll use the suffix ungi, which sounds like ungi. So just remember, unga for masculine, ungi for feminine. It's really that easy. Now, theory is great, but let's see this rule in action. We're going to take a few really common verbs and see exactly how Rahul and Sarah use them to talk about what they will do. First up, the verb to go. The root is simply ja. So, if Rahul wants to say I will go, he takes that root, ja, and adds his suffix, unga. Put in together, you get ja unga, mat ja unga.
Now what about Sarah? It's the exact same logic. Same verb root, ja, but she uses her feminine suffix, ungi. So for her it becomes jaungi, me jaungi. You see the pattern? The only thing that changes is that last little sound.
Let's try another one, the verb to live, where the root is re. For Rahul, he takes re and adds unga. What do you get? Me rahunga, me re unga. I will live. Simple as that.
And here's the feminine version. Sarah takes that same root, re, and adds her suffix, ungi. We get me rahungi, me rahungi. See how perfectly consistent the rule is? It's awesome.
Okay, one last example. The verb to work is kam karna. The root here that we need is kar. So Rahul says, मैं काम करूँगा. मैं काम करूँगा. He just took the root kar and added unga. And to round things out, Sarah takes that same root, kar, and adds her suffix, karungi. मैं काम करूँगी. मैं काम करूँगी. Perfect. You've now seen how this rule works with 3 totally different verbs. All right, now that you've seen it, it's time to try it out yourself. The absolute best way to get these sounds locked in is to say them out loud. So for this next part, I want you to go ahead and repeat after me.
Let's start with Rahul. He says, I will go to school. मैं स्कूल जाऊंगा. Go ahead, you say it. Great.
Now let's hear Sarah's version. I will go to school. मैं स्कूल जाऊंगी. Your turn.
Excellent. Okay, you're doing fantastic. Now for the fun part. I'm going to give you a sentence in English, and I want you to try and figure out how to say it in Hindi. No pressure, just give it your best shot.
All right, first one. Think back to our examples. How would Rahul say, I will work in the office? Remember the verb for work and Rahul's special ending. You got this.
And the answer is, मैं कार्यालय में काम करूंगा. If you got that, that is amazing. And if not, no worries at all. That's what practice is for. The key part was getting that काम करूंगा.
Great work. Let's try one more. This time for Sarah. How would she say, I will live near the temple? Think of the verb root for live, and then pop on Sarah's ending.
मैं मंदिर के पास रहूंगी. The crucial part is रहूंगी. Look at you, you're building real sentences now. This is fantastic progress.
All right, let's quickly recap the absolute core of what we covered today. It really all boils down to this one super simple chart.
This is it. This is the whole lesson in a nutshell. To talk about the future, when you're saying I will, you just add one of these two suffixes to the verb root. For masculine speakers, it's onga. For feminine speakers, it's ongi. If you remember this, you've absolutely mastered this lesson.
And that's it. Now you know how to talk about the future in the first person. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to keep building your Hindi skills, definitely subscribe for more lessons. And come say hi to me on Instagram. If you're interested in one-on-one lessons, just send a message or an email. Keep practicing, and I'll see you next time.